But here they come then. Be 5 red lights come on ahead of the drivers. And they are off and we are underway. And it looks like the Ferrari Skullkiller had a good start. And he's going to try and challenge Cowan through turn 1. They will go side by side. They're 3 wide in the background. Skullkiller takes the lead for now into turn 1. He's ahead, but Cowan's going to try around the outside. A couple of cars off in the background and a few cars off, but Skullkiller is ahead. And now Gareth, a fast starting AlphaTauri, is trying to go around the outside of Cowan at turn 3 and through turn 4, but Cowan has dropped a couple of positions and Skullkiller is clear. And here comes Gareth trying to go inside. He's going to go outside. He stays behind. Cowan breaks late and stays ahead for now. And
Chester and the Flying Lemon hasn't had the best of starts.
There's there was a car off in the background. So Steve-O was backwards by the looks of it, and the Red Bull went off. But yeah, they're still fighting in the background. As Unreal Salmon looked to get close, but not close enough. But Gregors and Cameron have made an absolute flying start. Cameron AI has made a good start. Gregors has made an unbelievable start on the hards.
So has both Aston Martins have kept it tidy.
He's under pressure now, as looks like Cameron's... I don't know if that is Cameron is back in. Looks like Gregors is not in the session at the moment. There's a lot of people now left. Scott has now left the session. Gregors has now left the session.
I'll invite them back.
So we'll wait and see. But that's unfortunate for Gregors and Scott, as they both made good starts. There's a lot of contact. Yeah, there is a lot of contact. Bunny says thank you very much. And Cowan sets the fastest lap. As that's Skullkiller off. Skullkiller is off. And he's spun out the final corner. I was wondering why Cowan set the fastest lap. And I've just missed that completely. And Skullkiller has spun at the final corner. And he is now down in 14th place. And a long way off the pack. And it is Cowan.
Who's the other person not left?
It should be SLR ST2OH if you haven't invited him.
Yeah, I invited him. Is it Gregors?
Gregors. It was Gregors, yeah. But that leaves... Okay, good. That leaves Cowan in the lead then. And Skullkiller, I don't know how much damage he's got, but he was coming back round.
What happened to Skullkiller?
He spun out the final corner when I was looking at a different battle of Bunny. Fast starting from the back of the grid. SLR Bunny is now in 9th place, and he has made and capitalised off all this carnage that's gone on ahead of him, and he sat back and said thank you very much, and he is back in this race completely now.
He is obviously we didn't know what his pace was like coming into this weekend because he had a quali ban, so quite nice as we got Unreal Salmon and Oli battling it out towards the hairpin.
We have Vision and Maxwell as well battling it out, and that is Neelix off in the background. We'll look on that board with that in a minute, because Maxwell and Vision are really going at it at the moment. Is Maxwell going to go? No, he doesn't.
Gregors as well.
Gregors, I don't know if he's yet to join back.
No,
at the
he's
moment.
not. No.
But hopefully he gets back soon. But yes, Neelix was off.
No, Scott's not in. I'll invite him again.
Skullkiller does come into the pits, and Neelix has spun round again. And he's a long way back now. And he's doing donuts at the moment. As, the timing screens are still broken. So it's hard to keep up with what's going on. But it's Cowan who leads, and Gareth in behind, keeping him honest at the moment. And this is the conundrum for Aston Martin. What do they do? Does Charlie and Maxwell swap, or does Maxwell keep going at a Vision? We'll wait and see. But it's going to be close.
As I have invited both.
Yeah, that's good. That's about all you can do, really.
Yeah,
hopefully they join.
I'm just trying to look at Scott and see if he's joined. But no, yeah. Unreal Salmon again going at it with Moley.
Well, someone was off in the background. Bunny taking an interesting line. But
to get Moley here as well, the DRS advantage.
Maxwell has gone deep at the hairpin. Oh, there's an AlphaTauri off as well. Russell has gone off by the looks of it, and there's action going on all over the place, and Maxwell's now down to 5th place. And I think there might be a battle for the lead now as
Moley
Gareth is
has
having a go.
jumped
Cowan's
into the
gone deep.
pit.
Cowan has gone deep. And he's just about collected it. Gareth is having a little nose down the inside, but that doesn't happen as he gets on the
Moley was
curb.
the first person to go into the pits for an actual pit stop.
That is an interesting decision.
Yeah, he's on the hards.
Yeah, that's interesting. But Maxwell's lost out. There's a lot going on at the moment. We're trying to keep up with all the action.
Trying to see if I can find Scott. I think we all might see him. No, Scott's still not in on the road again.
Okay, we'll try and keep. Well, hopefully get back in, and they can sort out their issues. But Gareth is still in the fight here, and the Charlie as well is very close. On the soft compound tyres, at the moment, Gareth is doing quite well, but he's had a poor exit by the looks of it. Out of there, out of the long left-hander, and he's a long way back. But here comes Charlie then, down towards the penultimate corner, and he is going to be ahead by the looks of it. If he gets his braking all sorted out, he has the high ground, and he goes up into third place. And it is now on the charge towards
Scott is
top
still
two.
not in.
Gregors is still not in either. So we'll still hope they get back in, but Unreal Salmon is going to make an overtake very shortly. But we'll have a look back on board then. Scott has joined, that is good news. Now we just hopefully Gregors can join soon. He can get him back in this race.
I'll invite him again just to give him another invite, just in case.
Cameron also the first person to pick up a time penalty as well. But yeah, Cowan is now extending his advantage out front, and it looks like the softs are now really starting to go off. Vision trying to stay with Charlie at the moment, but it is very close. But Gareth is outside of DRS.
When he went wide again.
As Cameron is off in sector 2. He's now down to 13th place, but has collected it. And he's fine as the timing screens decide to
just disappear. Lovely.
Just disappear.
Scott's back in.
Bunny is off and in the wall, and he's lost the entire front wing. So it was all looking so good from the back of the grid, and it's not looking so rosy anymore. There's another car gone off, and that is Grumpy Orange, and he is now last and is doing some pirouettes to get back on track.
Scott is now back in this session, and he is going to find himself always spot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost came in contact with Gregors. If you need to invite Gregors again. I think he's having game issues because he's stuck on the home screen.
Yeah, that's a shame. But Bunny Pitts sprightly makes the move on Scott.
For the hards. No, they should definitely make him to the end.
As there's a battle between the Flying Lemon and SLR Russell, our favourite duo. And they're battling for P17 at the moment.
Russell gets a better exit.
It looks like Russell is going to use his DRS, use the DRS.
As Bunny just comes behind this battle as well.
And he does, but it looks like Charlie is going to make a move very soon on Gareth, as Gareth goes defensive already. And he's on his way down. Gregor says he's having a complete tech issue, no control is working at the moment for him, as Charlie does make the move. So there's a yellow flag, and that looks like Cameron has spun again ahead of Moley, and he has, but Charlie is up into second place, and now he's going to set his sights on Cowan up ahead.
Yep, he's on a fly right now. He's choosing the right moments to catch up to these guys. So I think shoot Gregor's in, and then that will be everyone back in. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should
the
be.
closest battle on track now is Vision and Gareth. I just find them and Russell have also traded positions again in their hairpin. But Russell gets a freezing time penalty. So ruinous troubles as
Gregors
Gregors
has
is now in
joined.
the session.
Thankfully, here comes
There's a
the
lot
Flying
of
Lemon.
positions.
Flying Lemon and Russell going at it. And yeah, they're fighting Hammer and Tong. There's a yellow flag in sector 3.
Grumpy Orange.
That's Grumpy Orange, who
is going to
is
come
going
back
to
on
get
the racing
lapped
line.
here by our leaders. Does
As
Charlie
Vision
have
gets a
DRS? Yes, he
bad
does.
exit.
And Cowan does lap Grumpy Orange.
It is fair to say Vision has low on ERS.
Oh, another yellow flag, and that is Unreal Salmon out of the long left-hander turn 13.
Yep. Another
And
driver
he's gone
having a
on the
race as Gareth has gone for the pits to get off their softs.
So Gareth has been overtaken, but no, he's gone into the pits. Maxwell carries on. Just the
Sprightly
pits.
just got past Gregors. As they just the pit on the other software.
Yeah, Charlie is right on the back of
Oh yeah, he's
Cowan.
quite up the
And
pace.
look it out. Yeah. What's another yellow flag?
You can definitely
looks-
see which one's the confident driver.
Looks like Cameron has spun again. But yeah, Charlie this time looks like he is going to make that move very soon on this straight, as a Flying Lemon has spun out of the penultimate corner, I should say. But it looks like Charlie is set to take the lead in this race, and amazingly there hasn't been a safety car yet, but there hasn't been any retirement so far. All the spins have been kept out of the wall.
Probably a few penalties as well, which seems good.
Yeah. A couple of front wings coming off, but besides that,
I
the
don't
wheels have
think
been staying
Charlie's
intact.
close enough. Or not take
Is there-
Maybe turn 1 could see him take over, but it's very, very hard corner to overtake in this year's game.
No, but he has got a good exit, and it looks like he's going to have a go here. Cowan seems very
Might even
defensive,
get
and Charlie
just before, yeah, he just gets
does
before turn 1.
take the lead. Yes, he does. And Cowan has to settle behind in second place, but it is Charlie who does take the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix here in Division 3 yellow flag. Looks like that is Bunny and the Haas. Had a moment. As
Sprightly's up to P5 as well, just a note.
He is. Gregor's back in the session.
He's on a
Yellow
lovely
flag.
lap all by himself. A lovely race to himself.
Flying Lemon on the grass.
Lemon is just having mistakes after mistakes at this point.
There he is.
Really struggling on his
P5. Gregor's back in the session finally.
This
He's
is
now
an easy battle to forward to. Sprightly versus Gregors. Battle for 10 points.
Oh, there's a car off, and that is Scott, unfortunately. He's off in the middle sector. Oh, he's coming back on track dangerously. Oh,
Managed to just get out the way.
dangerously, but
He's got his teammate behind him now for good measure.
I had my heart in my mouth for one moment that Steve-O was going to come in and just plough straight into him. But it looks like Grampiano is just going to try for a move on Vision at the moment. But I'm assuming Maxwell will come in the pit soon. But Maxwell on the
left the session is. I will get mint.
Yeah. Neelix down in 15th place. Amazingly, Maxwell is still carrying on the soft compound tyres. But he's in 4th place, so he's going to go for the offset in the tyres to try and come back at the likes of Gareth, Jester, possibly as well, Gareth and Jester. So they should undercut him. I wonder how close they will get to the likes of Vision and Cowan and Charlie out front.
Well,
But the gaps are spread out at the moment.
I'm just gonna check out to. So if Charlie pits at the moment, you come out
Look at the gaps
behind Sprightly and Gregors.
How long is it for a pit stop here? About 20 or
It'll be
20
like roughly
seconds?
20 seconds to 22 seconds, yeah.
So he's going to come out, yeah, in that battle, this battle here. So if he'll go another couple of laps, you'd think.
Yeah, looking at like lap.
That
15,
is a
14,
McLaren
14,
of Steve-O off in the wall. Oh, that's going to be dangerous. That's going to be dangerous. Oh, my word. Somehow Skullkiller does not drive into the side of him.
That was very sketchy.
Yes, the timer screen's
that would have spooked Skullkiller 100%.
Yeah, yellow flag in sector 3, and that is...
That is Moley, isn't it?
No, that is Grumpy Orange.
No. Grumpy Orange.
As finally Maxwell comes into the pits, off the soft compound tyres. I wonder if he's going to try the mediums, you know. Haven't really got much else to look out for.
Mediums.
He has got the mediums, and he is
trying
going to go for a one-stopper. From soft compound tyres to the mediums. And he's going to try and come back at...
You can try it.
Gareth here is Chester going to do the undercut. We'll wait and see. He's coming down the pit lane now. Here comes Maxwell out of the pit. It's going to be very close. And I think he's just about got him in the end. Yellow flag. And that is...
Flying Lemon.
Cameron or Flying Lemon. I don't know.
Flying Lemon. Cameron is coming up to him.
It is a Flying Lemon. But yes, Jester couldn't get past Maxwell. Maxwell is ahead now. He's going to try and sprint clear and go after Gareth in the AlphaTauri. As it's a 2.8 second lead for Charlie at the moment.
Charlie is just off DRS range from Cameron. But
the driver in the
Grumpy Orange
Steve-O and the
had an off as well. No wing damage from, so decent. As Cameron is next person to get a penalty.
Here comes Gregors then.
He's got one.
Cowan pits. And he's gone for the early stop.
Call the undercut.
Oh no, I think Cowan's going to get held up here. Because... He's going to have to wait because he pitted when a Flying Lemon stopped. And that is a long wait, but he's out eventually. No, that is a bit of a glitch. But he's had to wait a little bit. And unfortunately, that has cost him. And he is out behind Gareth, and Gareth has undercut him.
Yeah, massively.
At the moment, Gareth is possibly a net P2.
Yeah, it seems that way, but is Vision and Charlie gonna have a? He's gonna react to this undercut, or they're gonna stay out and try?
Yeah, this is interesting.
Kind of early, I thought, by Cohen to pit. It's only pit lap 11. It was kind of early.
Pit because he would have had the notification saying his teammate is in the pits.
Yeah.
So yeah,
must have just
an early stop.
Suddenly his mediums must have just felt knackered.
Yeah, it's a little bit worrying from our pole sitter. But currently Charlie is going to stay out.
So what is
Yellow
Vision
flag.
Vision stays out as well. So Vision's lost it.
Oh, Vision. No, Vision has lost it.
He's just gone straight into the barrier ring.
Oof, as a Flying Lemon, I believe that was, or I don't know who that was actually. Let's
Hopefully he hasn't got rear wing damage. You can't really tell. As Sprightly's into the pits. Well, his stop.
Yeah, Flying Lemon it was who went past Vision in the end, just gets out of the way. But yeah,
Gregors is into P3 now.
Yeah, Gregors was
On
a long way back.
Hards.
Yeah, a long way back. But he's had to fight back. Yellow flag again. And that is Russell. And he has a spin. That's
There's a
the
four-way
penultimate
battle
corner.
for P13 here.
There is
Between
Neelix
Russell,
back in
Bunny
the
and Neelix.
session. Dropped it back after that. Is there anything going to happen here? Bunny having a look, but it's not happening.
He has to watch out for Russell though. Russell.
Yellow flag again, and that looks like it's Flying Lemon possibly getting out of the way. Well, he needs to get out of the way because
As
Gregors is coming up behind.
Charlie definitely would have pit now.
He's
He's coming out P2 here. If Vision doesn't pit, Charlie is 100% gonna come out P2. But if Vision does pit, he's coming out P1.
Yellow flag in
So this should
sector
be
3.
almost a free pit stop. Yeah, it's a free pit stop for Charlie. He's getting hold up in the
Vision in, so if Charlie should. Oh no.
Why is Charlie getting hold up? Oh, they weren't ready.
Oh. What's
What
going
has
on here?
happened? What the?
What is going on?
What is?
I'm not quite sure at the moment.
Charlie is stuck in pits. They're not doing anything.
I don't want to. Charlie has the biggest jinx in the world, but the time screens have all messed up here.
Oh, now he's
Charlie
gone.
Goes.
Oh no!
and
What? Oh,
apparently-
okay. Glitch.
Now he's in the lead. Okay.
Oh,
weird.
we move.
We will
Oh,
carry
is,
on 2 cars off.
Grumpy Orange has lost his front wing.
He's lost his front wing.
That
He's
is
done
very
in the final
strange.
corner. And a Flying Lemon has crashed. The Grumpy Orange has 10-second time exceeding track limits. Flying Lemon becomes the first DNF of this session.
Oh, there's 2 of them.
Oh, and Moley has gone off in the same place.
Yeah.
And they
These
said,
guys didn't have any
how
collision,
you
did they?
doing? No, I don't think so. Well, I've no idea, but Flying Lemon shouldn't have been there. Yellow flag still out. Molly's going to rejoin, but he's going to have a few cars.
I honestly have
Russell
no
Bunny.
idea what happened to Charlie there. Oh, he was not moving. I was. Oh, God.
Yeah, I thought Charlie just had the biggest.
I thought the
after
game
last
just
week.
scuffed him.
Oh, yellow flag again. Scott has crashed in the second sector on the other side of where a Flying Lemon crashed. Cowan sets the fastest lap. And here comes Skullkiller, Moley, Neelix, Russell, Bunny. They're all in the same place. So Scott has crashed down in sector 2. Turn 8, turn 9. Oh, and Skullkiller hits the back of Neelix, and he has lost his. Skullkiller has lost his front wing, so he might have already lost his front wing somewhere. But Skullkiller is in the pits once again.
He almost goes into the back.
Bunny looks like he's got some wing damage as well. But yeah, we carry on. Not quite sure what's going on, but we still haven't had any VSC or safety car.
As Charlie's
in this race.
lapping Cameron again.
So he is. But yeah, that was.
Yeah, Charlie is definitely in
interesting
control of this race.
Yeah.
That
after-
30-second pit stop must have done him wonders.
Yeah, I don't have really much comment on that because I don't really know. This game is brilliant. But yes, Garrett in the slipstream of Gregors now. Gregors yet to stop. And he might get past him soon. No, he will
That's
get past
great,
him soon now.
Gregors
Bunny has
is into
spun.
the pit to get off those hards.
As Grumpy Orange picks up a 5-second time penalty.
To be fair to Gregerson, 14 laps on him.
Excellent.
I thought he could have done a bit more.
Yeah, there's not quite sure what Grumpy Orange is doing, but he's kind of
He's on the
just sitting
mediums
there
now, so
watching.
he might be quick. Yeah,
Yeah, he should be
Greg
quick
has just
towards
pitted
the end
stop
of
was
this
quick
race.
and easy. I don't understand what happened to Charlie's, but you know, that's in the past now.
He's going to come out very close to Unreal Salmon, is Gregors. Unreal Salmon's going to try and carry the speed round the outside. Can he do it? Or will Gregor stay ahead? He does stay ahead for now. Can Unreal Salmon fight back? It doesn't look like it. Gregors has more grip on these tyres. And I think he's going to stay ahead. And he should be fine for P8 for now. Yellow flag in sector 2 as
That's Cameron
it's
and
a full safety car.
Oh, this is shafted Charlie. Big time.
Who went off? I didn't even see.
That was Cameron.
Oh, Cameron's DNF, yes.
After the double right-handers. Yeah, after the two double
And
right-handers.
it's a drive-through penalty for SLR Gareth.
Oh, that would have shafted him as well.
It's a shame.
He
It's a
was looking
full
set.
course caution. And it eventually comes out. I mean, it's been tempting us at one point or another.
It should have came out earlier, to be honest.
Yeah.
Due to Scott, a flying lemon and Moley spinning at the same area.
Interestingly, Gareth pits, but he has a drive-through just
he'll serve that 5. Oh no, yeah,
it's a drive-through, so he can't serve a drive-through under safety car, unfortunately. But Maxwell, interestingly, pits.
I mean, if I was Maxwell, I would have pit.
Steve-O has got a drive-through as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Charlie and Cowan stay out.
All of Charlie's hard work has just gone down the window.
Yeah. So will Charlie become the unluckiest man this season? He's had one bit of bad luck in Bahrain, and the safety car has not helped him out.
Disconnect this time.
The safety car has not helped him out here, but he still has the track position. As Sprightly makes his way up into third place.
Biggest gainer actually, 14 positions.
He's on the hards as well. Having said that, as he's almost getting overtaken. But Gareth is on the softs. Let's have a look at the tyres. Gregor's mediums. Unreal Salmon on the hards, just pitted a couple of laps ago. Maxwell on the softs. He knows he can. And Skullkiller has been disqualified.
For facing the wrong... Oh, he spun at the last corner, didn't he? That is...
So he spun at the final corner and has been disqualified. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. But last week's race has just
gone bonkers.
Will not, currently not be in the championship. I don't even know at the championship at this point. But this is going to be all gone back up. As Charlie has 0 points to his name. And could possibly leave with 25. Gareth still has a drive-through coming to third. But the one person this has helped out a lot is Gregors.
Also Sprightly.
Yeah. Gregors, who was struggling to get back in, and his AI was driving around for a long time.
Because obviously Sprightly pitted a bit earlier. I think he was following the undercut from Karen. But they lost some time as well, so... But yeah, Gregors is looking comfortable as well on the mediums. The only... Because Gareth would have had to pit, because he had to serve the drive-through, so Gregors is initially net P4 here. On the mediums, and everyone in front of him is on hards. This is turning to be an exciting end of the race.
There is a lot going on, a lot to take in. I wonder if the safety car will stay out one more lap, but we don't need to worry too much about Grumpy Orange catching up. But Bunny is a long way back, so he might not even catch up to the safety car. But he'll be hoping it stays out one more lap.
Because Grumpy Orange is the third car, I don't know if the safety car is going to let him through. Just unlap himself.
I don't think it will do. Well, it hasn't done on previous games, and I doubt it will.
Yeah, true. Which means that
But
his race will be
Charlie,
ruined.
Cowan, I think you'd have, yeah, I think if you had a free set of medium tyres, they were the tyre to pit on to, because they would have been had the longevity to last that. Bunny is a lap down by the looks of it, because he's on the back of the queue, and Steve-O isn't. Yeah, Bunny's on the back of the train. We're waiting for Steve.
It's just going to ruin Grumpy Orange races, because as soon as they go, he's going to be shown blue flags immediately.
Yeah, but I think Grumpy Orange is 2 laps down by the looks of it.
Oh yeah, he is, isn't he? Oh,
So
yeah, they've been
we're
worth
going
them.
to carry on for another lap. There's Sem says poor choice not to pit. It does seem that way, but
I mean, for the top guys, they shouldn't really pit. But
well, they'll be on the hard, so it will probably come back to bite them. But
yeah, the
I'd
guys in
say
the back should
the
have pitted, I
mediums
think.
will be the best tyres. So Gregor's, well, I don't know. I don't want to jinx anyone anymore. But Gregor's, even those people on the softs, Maxwell and Jester obviously have good pace. Maxwell obviously carried his stint a long time, but those softs will struggle at the end. So don't count out Vision and Moley as well. But we should have the safety car in at the end of this lap.
But Vision and Miller do have a lot of cars to get through to catch up to these guys in the lead.
Yeah. But pick your winner from here. I mean, it could be anybody. And well, I'd say if I had to pick someone, I'd say Gregor's, but who knows?
Exactly, yeah. This race can go any direction right now.
It could.
Because even Charlie could even be faster than those mediums, because he's only done really one proper lap on his hards. And then the rest was on under the safety car, so there wouldn't be really much temperature on him. As the safety car is in this lap.
Yeah, safety car is in this lap. So Charlie becomes the de facto safety car. And eventually, in the final sector, he will slow down.
Not slam on the brake, just a gentle slowdown.
Yeah, you're not allowed to go forward, go fast and slow right down. That will be a penalty coming straight to you.
Just gradually slow down the pack.
And when does he go? Really, that is the question.
I think the best option to go is the last corner. It's your best bet.
We'll wait and see. He can go all the way up to the line if he likes. We have free reign under safety car. Safety car is in the pit lane, so we're free to go whenever Charlie decides. Looks like he's going to try out the final corner. It doesn't go yet. He goes now. And it looks like he's caught Cowan napping. And it looks like it's very spread out at the background.
Looks like he also caught Sprightly and Gregor's napping as well.
Charlie leads comfortably down into turn 1. What can anybody do in behind on the softer tyres? Maxwell.
Gareth has just served his drive through now.
Yes, he has. That's why there was a bit more of a gap. But Cowan is really struggling at the moment. And it's all eyes on Gregor's.
Is already on the rear wing of Sprightly.
He is at the moment. He's going to try and get past him soon enough as Bunny has crashed. And he has retired from the session down at turn 4.
That shouldn't bring out another safety car because we recently had one.
It shouldn't. But that's an end for Bunny. Been a topsy-turvy race for him as Grumpy Orange picks up 5 seconds. Ignoring blue flags.
That is for the Sprightly because Sprightly is behind him.
Yes.
He must have gone past 3 blue flag detection zones and not moved. He's probably going to pick up another one in a minute.
He's holding firm. Moley and Russell going at it, and Russell trying to make a move at the moment, and he's getting very close to the Red Bull. Can he go for that move, or From
Oh,
what we
that's
can
Maxwell
see,
on Salmon.
here comes Maxwell. So a couple of moves going
Oh,
on.
as he
Maxwell down
gets
the
late on
inside.
the brake. Oh,
Oh, that's late
he
on the
has
brakes. Oh, and that's a
not.
car park. And he's going
Yeah,
backwards down
that
the
is
circuit.
not what.
Oh, and he's crashed into Grumpy Orange. And yeah, that is a bad moment from Maxwell. And Jester, I think, has spun. No, he's gone into the pits because of damage. Steve-O's gone into the pitch because of damage. Grumpy Orange gets a 10-second point for corner cutting. Moley is now up into P5 as he's made a move around the outside of Unreal Salmon. And Maxwell has had a bad there.
Yeah,
And Russell has
Maxwell,
had a go.
that was not on. The move was there, but he went
He just
so
braked too
deep.
late. Yeah. Oh, here goes Gregors around the outside of
Yep.
Sprightly. Sprightly trying to hold on to the
Sprightly
podium
claims
place. And he's still ahead for now.
Great
And he's
defending
doing
by Sprightly for the pretty much the last podium spot, because the P1 and P2 Charlie and Cohen have gone from these guys.
Yeah, well, he's doing a favour at the moment for Charlie and Cowan. But you still have yellow flag in sector 3 because Grumpy Orange comes the latest person to retire from this session. And he will take no further part. Sprightly then still ahead and has the pack behind him as Russell is going to go. But Sprightly loses out on turn 13 as you can see.
Gregors gets a bad exit.
That was close.
That
Here comes
was
Moley. Can Moley have
almost
two
carnage.
for the price of one here? What's going to happen down into the penultimate corner? Gregors is going to
Now
try
which one
down
breaks
the
later?
inside. He's going to have the
break evenly,
inside
to be
line.
honest.
Sprightly holds it round the outside, but here comes Moley with the
Moley,
switchback.
he's going to get switchback.
Can he have a go? He's going to try around the outside of the final corner. Can he make it stick? No, Charlie sets the fastest lap. He's going to go for the switchback now, Moley. As there's a car.
Gregors had the worst exit.
And
This
Moley
has been a great drive so far,
ahead.
Sprightly. As Lofty has mentioned.
Lofty has mentioned that. Can slightly hold on. Russell up into 6th at the moment. He does have a penalty to his name. Gareth sits the fastest lap, but he is a long, long way back off this pack. And it's all changing positions. But at the moment, Charlie is reigning supreme out front.
It just shows you that he is here to win. He's not messing around.
He's not at the moment.
The game, his controller, cost him the win at Bahrain. But he really wants this win around China. And it's fair to say his main competitor, Skorkeles, not been around because obviously he had that incident that caused himself to crash out.
Oh, Unreal Salmon has had a moment by the looks of it. He picked up a 3-second time penalty. But he's dropped down
I think
to P9
this is not what
now.
Lofty wants to see though, is Moley right behind Sprightly.
No, unfortunately, I think he's going to have to break a few hearts here, Moley. Got a podium in Bahrain, finished 3rd place. And can he take 3rd place again off Sprightly? But Sprightly is also catching Cowan at the moment, as Moley backs out quite early from that.
Sprightly might even, if Sprightly can catch up to Cowan, I think this. No, and Cowan just seems to be very struggling. Like he's fallen off the pace here.
I don't know what's wrong with Cowan at the moment, but he's going very slow.
He has lost 7 tenths in the last sector to Charlie.
Oh, that's very wide from Sprightly, and this is a chance for Moley to sliver up the inside, and he does take that opportunity by the scruff of the neck.
And this is what Sprightly needs to just let Cowan and Moley battle it, because obviously Cowan isn't fast, so Sprightly could probably get double toe and get Cowan as well on the back straight, so Sprightly could still see him in the podium, but he is under pressure by Gregors.
He is at the moment. I'm not quite sure what happened with Cowan there, but he's now 6 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, he is
out of absolutely nowhere.
He must be struggling on those hards, because he's not got pace going on these corners whatsoever.
It's just shedding pace. I have no idea what's happened.
No, he suddenly just lost pace.
Bizarre, but I think Moley is going to take this opportunity while he's got it. And it looks like he's going to be fine. He's going to go up the inside. Cowan fights
even
back.
later.
He's going to try around the outside, but I think he's going to get shown the door and then some. Sprightly gets a little bit squirrely on the exit.
Yeah.
You can't capitalise on that. But Molly takes
Sprightly gets a
second.
better
Here
exit
comes
than
Gregors,
Cohen.
gets a good exit. And he's already ahead of
Gregors
Sprightly.
gets even better
And,
exit.
He's ahead now into P4 is Gregors. But Charlie out front is a whole 7 seconds clear. As Maxwell has spun.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, was going slow.
He must have clipped the curb and just had to react the car. But yeah, Cohen here is holding up a train from P3 to P.
Oh, here comes Russell down the
here.
inside of Sprightly, and Sprightly's losing another position. And Vision is looking even closer. Sprightly's going to try and go down back down
This
the
is
inside.
anyone's.
Oh, and he stays ahead. It's anyone's for the podium.
Cohen
I think at the moment it's Charlie who's going to take this victory, but who is going to take
third at this point.
the remaining positions on the podium?
As Cohen gets a worse exit than Gregors.
Oh, yellow flag is sent through, and I
Gregors
think. Oh, it's the
Gregors hit
back of
Cohen.
Cowan, and maybe the Alfa Romeos have just come together as they're both off at the same time. As Unreal Salmon does not have a front wing left.
Sprightly is going to capitalise. Gregors has no ERS left. Sprightly has a lot. Sprightly is getting a double toe. Cowan has no ERS as well, so this could be Sprightly's.
Oh, Gregors, what are you doing?
Goes so deep.
Gregors, where you gone? I've lost him. Where's he gone? Oh, where's he going?
He had to go all the way
no.
back. He had to cut across Sprightly and Cowan.
The podium is still on for SLR Sprightly. Can he make it? He's got the pace. Cowan
has
out of
no ERS. Yeah, you can see his red light flashing for it to save its life. We've still got 4 laps remaining of this race.
Yeah, I just saw Gregors go deep and I went the wrong way. There's Jester sets the fastest lap now in the top 10, so he will get that point for fastest lap as it currently stands. But the championship is going to take a massive swing at the moment. It's going to swing all the way at the moment, I think.
Also behind Sprightly.
He is. Russell does have penalties to his name, but Neelix doesn't have a penalty. Unreal Salmon comes out in P12.
Honestly, Hypers, I don't know what's happened to Cohen. He has lost pace. He might have some damage that we're not aware of. He might even have floor damage from riding some of these curbs, but who knows at this point.
It's bizarre. He just slowed right down. There was no yellow flag for anything.
There's no indication that he's spun it or like had to slow and get off the gas. I don't know.
I don't know if Sprightly's had a podium before. I'm assuming he may have, but he hasn't had a podium ever since I've been watching and doing this stuff. When I've commentated,
it's probably been a long while, to be honest.
I haven't seen him when I've commentated over his races. I haven't seen Sprightly have a podium, but I think he may have possibly got one last season as Steve-O has spun. But I don't know. Well, Sprightly. If he did, Sprightly hasn't had one. Fair enough. He got a good result last season. I didn't know if he managed to sneak it onto the podium. But there you go. He has the second longest streak behind Steve-O. And they are both in the McLaren together this season. Can Cowan hold on? Looks like he's going to do it at the moment. Russell
is also there as well. Neelix has also joined us as well. He's had a quiet one as well as Neelix.
Yeah, he has. Neelix hasn't been up near the front for a little while recently. He has been struggling to get himself onto the podium. But maybe Neelix can find
this
himself.
Could be Sprightly's move here, to be honest.
Is this Sprightly's time? At last, can it be?
As Cohen's going defensive on the outside.
He's weaving, doesn't have much ERS. Can't weave too much, can he? But Sprightly is going to go down the inside. Can he make the move into the podium place? No, Cowan holds around the outside and he stays ahead for now.
But does this compromise Cowan's exit?
He's under pressure here for the podium place.
No, it's not the best one either. This could
was
open up for
the
Russell,
final.
but it doesn't.
Oh no, is he going to have a run down into turn one? He's going to try and go around the outside. Can he go right around the
Yeah,
outside? Leaves the door wide open for Russell to have a
Russell's
nose
gonna
down the
take that.
inside. And Russell, oh, he gives
He's
him the
gonna
squeeze, but
just
Russell
yeah.
does take fourth place away. But Russell does have a penalty to his name. And it was a case of going for one move, has maybe lost Sprightly a couple of positions here. As Neelix have a
This
go,
is definitely
no.
gonna just not be the
Doesn't.
best for Sprightly. This is gonna cost him the podium, I think, because he would have had a great run on Cohen.
He would, but he now needs Russell to get a move on.
But
And
he's
here
also under
comes,
pressure by now by Neelix.
yeah, he does. But Russell is not going to be in DRS range, so it looks like Cowan will live to fight another day. At the moment, is Neelix going to go down the inside? No, he backs out in the end. Gregors has turned up from absolutely nowhere, but he'll be fine. He'll have to take the 3, and that is Maxwell. And he has a crash.
Sprightly here is going to get past Russell.
So he's going to
Down
go back fast. Yeah, he is. Side by side. And ahead. And
try and catch up to...
Can it be last lap? Sprightly. It doesn't quite have the same ring to it, but we're on to the final lap. At the moment, it has really been a dominant victory ever since he got up there in first place. Smoley has closed the gap as Neelix has a little look down the inside. As Russell has a nose down the inside and hits contact between Sprightly and Russell. And that's just made a concertina effect. As Russell's still trying to have a go, but I think Cowan is going to hold on for this podium the more they fight.
Yeah, I think he would have just got it.
He would have just... but there's a big fight going on. Oh, Neelix has spun round. I don't know if he got hit or anything, but he is round. And his chances of anything have now gone completely away. And Vision and Gareth have overtaken him. And unfortunately for Neelix, and that is that. But on the moment, he's on the back straight. And so his teammate is going to let him go. As Vision picks up a 5-second time penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. So maybe it's an illegal overtake for him. But it has been all about one man for the second half of this race. He stayed out when he could have pitted. But from despair in Bahrain, it is absolutely delightful here in China as Charlie comes across the line and wins the Chinese Grand Prix here.
Sprightly had a worse happen.
In Division 3. Moley comes home in second place, and it's going to be Cowan who holds on for the podium in the end, just about in first place. Sprightly comes home in fourth, then comes Russell comes home in fifth. They're from Gregors. And Vision and Gareth are fighting out, and Neelix as well. But Vision's going to drop down a few places in the end. So that'll be Gareth who goes up into P6 as Gregor's had a big time penalty.
Also, lads, guys, if you're watching, please drop down your driver of the days.
Yes, driver of the day votes. Here are position changes for you. Sprightly up 13, Russell up 10. In the end, Charlie up 8 after a crash in qualifying. He comes home, and it's a victory in China.
Sprightly is a game driver of the day. He had a good run actually. I think like he could have been a good contender for podium if didn't have that mistake and Russell came down the inside to ruin his party. But here's Charlie that picks up the top trophy. As I will invite him in for you now.
Yes, Charlie Moley picks up another podium, and I believe, if I can't remember what the standings are, I'm going to have a look at the standings because it could be Moley on top in the championship. So we'll wait and see, but we'll get them in.
That's 2.
We just need Cowan
There we go.
And Cowan goes in. But here's the race, unofficial race classification. That's what I was trying to say. But it's Charlie, Molly, Cowan, Sprightly, Russell, Gareth, Gregors, Jester, Neelix, and Vision complete the top 10. And your non-point scorers were Unreal Salmon, Stevo, Maxwell, followed by the DNFs of Bunny, Grumpy Orange, Skull Killer, Cameron, Scott, and a Flying Lemon. Sprightly driver day. I have no idea. Looks like Sprightly is gonna get driver of the day in the end. And yeah, so in terms of the championship, I think Moley as a reserve, if he was ever to become a full-time driver, would be currently in the championship lead. But that's not the case. So Legend, if you want to do third place, Cowan, and I'll do second and first again.
Yep. Make sure you got your boxes ticked with lads. But yeah, going to P3 of Cohen. You had an interesting race. I mean, the safety car brought you back to P2 after you pitted early.
Yeah.
But then suddenly, out of nowhere, the last minute of lap, you lost speed from Charlie. Talk about it from your perspective.
I did have side pod damage. I got it at the back, and I didn't even know. And then it just started saying, "You've got side pod damage." Because Sprightly said you're getting a bit slow here. And then I was just like, I just wanted to get them points because I'm missing Spain, so I just wanted to get them points for this week. And so I was a bit nervous as well because it was the first it's the first one I've finished in good points with me traction off. So I was happy with that. Just wanted to get them points for Alpine.
Well, you did solid, mate. Thank you, and congrats on your podium.
Thanks very much, mate.
So we'll go on to second place finisher Moley, and that is 2 podiums in 2 weeks. I know you're a reserve, but I'm sure you're itching to make sure you're full time soon, because you're on a good run of form. You're third last week, second this week, and if you manage to reserve again next week, are you going to get the victory? Who knows? But yeah, I mean, it was a very topsy-turvy race, so I think you must have been thankful for that safety car, and talk us through that one.
It was, again, like last week, just a good bit of luck, really. Obviously, I think Aston Martin dove deep down the inside and took a few out, so I just snuck around the outside. Kept the nose clean. Got wing damage lap 1 when someone came across and punted me off the track, so I was just looking for a recovery drive to 10th, and yeah, just fell into my lap, really. Able to get the overtakes done on the laps after the safety car and just sneak on through.
Yeah. So well done on the second place, and just in the end got there. So well done, and hopefully we'll see you again soon in the future. So on to our winner then, SLR Charlie. After the heartbreak of last week, gets the redemption again this week. Probably a little bit nervous when the safety car came out, but with a lot of battling behind you, managed to get enough of a gap, and it was comfortable from the end. Talk us through that one.
It was kind of like a redemption drive from last week, and I had a really poor qualifying, so I was just trying to get as many points as possible from just to try and get what could have had last week. And Ash was really quick until he got that damage. I think that's the main reason I caught him. Otherwise, it would have been a really good battle. And when the safety car came out, I thought there could be my chances gone with sort of Jester on fresh softs, I think, and Moley on fresh mediums. So I was just trying to pull a gap, but them last kind of 10 laps, I was trying to keep it on the track and just praying the controller wouldn't turn off, to be fair. So, when I finally crossed the line, it was, yeah, good redemption from last week.
Yeah, and Steve-O says massive congrats to you. So there you go.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Yeah, so obviously, well done on the win, and hopefully your issues are going to be sorted the rest of the season.
Hopefully.
Let's hope. But that will be that. That's the interviews done. I believe Sprightly Driver of the Day, by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like it's free vote for him.
Yeah, looks like he's got more. So yeah, Sprightly Driver of the Day. Almost getting the podium, but not quite there in the end. But we do have one more race to go here in China, and that is for the McEwen division, where we'll see the fastest drivers compete against each other for the top prize once again. That'll be 7 p.m. BST. Be sure to join and watch the stream, and hopefully it'll be another great race. But that is all from us, so good night.